Welcome students. Today we are going to see some theorems on open sets. So first we are going to see that empty set and the whole space. Now these are the open sets in any metric space. So first theorem is that now theorem, let ordered pair x comma d be a metric space, then the empty set, that is phi. So remember, phi does not contain any point, and the whole space X are open sets. Students, first we are going to prove that now empty set is open set. Now remember, for any set to be an open set, we need that if you take any point of that set, then you must have an open sphere containing that point, properly containing that set. It means that for x belongs to G, if G is open, then there exists an open sphere S or X that is properly containing G. So for empty set, now we do not have any point now in empty set, so therefore that property is automatically satisfied. Okay, because to show that a set is open set, for that you need to show that for any point of that set you must have an open sphere about that point, and that open sphere should be contained in that set. But here phi does not contain any point, so that property is automatically satisfied. So therefore phi is an open set. So proof of that is, in order to show that or to prove that phi is an open set, we need to verify that each point of phi is the center of some open sphere contained in phi, but phi contains no point. Therefore the requirement is automatically satisfied here. That is phi is an open set. Now in next part we are going to show that X is also open set. Now remember, here X is the whole space, so it means that if you take any point of this set, then you can find an open sphere S or X, okay, that is properly contained in X, because that open sphere cannot go beyond X. So remember, for every point of X you have that property, so therefore X is also an open set. So for the second part, now we are taking here a point x belongs to x. So we write here, let x belongs to x be arbitrary. arbitrary. Then there exists an open sphere SRX, which is contained in X. Now this is possible because now this open sphere is properly contained in X. Since every open sphere centered on a point of X cannot go beyond X. Thus, capital X, that is the set capital X, is a neighborhood of X. But now we have taken arbitrary element here, but X belongs to the set capital X is arbitrary. So it means that the set capital X is neighborhood of each of its points. Therefore, the set capital X is a neighborhood of each of its points. So by definition, we have the set capital X is an open set. So remember here, in any matrix space, the empty set and the whole space are always open sets. Now next theorem is about the open sphere. So remember, in any matrix space, every open sphere is open set. So we are going to see that theorem. Now the statement of the theorem is let ordered pair X comma D be a matrix space. Then each open sphere in X is an open set. Now to prove that, first we are going to consider an open sphere, that is open sphere SR X naught. So for that, now consider this. Now suppose X naught is that center here of the open sphere SR X naught. Now radius of this open sphere is R. Now this open sphere is non-empty. So we consider Y naught of this open sphere SR X naught. Now this is the distance between point X naught and Y naught. Now we want to show that this open sphere is an open set. It means that if you take any point of this open sphere, then for that point you have an open sphere about that point, and that open sphere is properly contained in the open sphere SR X naught. So now in this case we are going to take this point Y naught. Okay, so we want to show that now the open sphere about this point Y naught should be contained in this open sphere SR X naught. It means that for that you will have to draw an open sphere for this point Y naught, okay, or an open sphere about this point. So for that we use this distance R and the distance between X naught and Y naught. It means that here Now distance between x naught and y naught is less than r. So we have here distance between x naught and y naught. Okay, using this we write r minus distance between x naught and y naught is greater than 0. So we use this to take radius here. So it means that here now this part or this length, we call this length as r1. So we use this to draw an open sphere about the point now y naught. Now we want to show that the open sphere now this yes r1 y naught, now this is properly contained in this open sphere yes r x naught. It means that you will have to take any point of this open sphere yes r1 y naught, and here you will have to show that that point must be contained in the open sphere yes r x naught. That is, you will have to show that the distance between y and x naught should be less than r. Okay, now we are going to see that. So now proof of this is, let yes r x naught, now this is the open sphere whose center is at point x naught and radius is r, is the set of elements of x such that distance between x and x naught is less than r. B, an open sphere in metric space x comma d. Now y naught is the member of this open sphere, that is, we take this point. So let y naught belongs to yes r x naught be arbitrary but fixed. Now here the point y naught belongs to open sphere yes r x naught. So this implies that the distance between x naught and y naught is strictly less than r. Now meaning of this is that r minus distance between x naught and y naught is strictly greater than 0. So actually we are going to use this to find an open sphere about the point y naught. Now write r1 is equal to r minus distance between x naught and y naught. Now we know that r minus distance between x naught and y naught is greater than 0. So we use this and we write r1 is greater than 0. That is, clearly r1 is greater than 0. Now consider the open sphere about the point y naught. Consider the open sphere here yes r1 y naught, okay, which is the set of points of x. Y belongs to x such that distance between y and y naught is less than r1. Now we want to show that now this open sphere is properly contained in the open sphere yes r x naught, to show that yes r x naught is open. So we take a point of this open sphere. So let y belongs to yes r1 y naught be arbitrary. Then distance between y and y naught is less than r1. Now distance between x naught and y, this is less equal distance between x naught and y naught plus distance between y naught and y. Now we write this by using triangle inequality. By using triangle inequality. Okay. So therefore we write here distance between x naught and y. Now this is less than distance between x naught and y naught plus. Now we know that distance between y naught and y is strictly less than r1. So we write here plus r1. That is, we write here distance between x naught and y naught plus. Now r1. Now r1 is nothing but r minus distance between x naught and y naught. So if you take addition of these two, then we get r here. So therefore we get distance between x naught and y. This is strictly less than r. Now meaning of this is that y belongs to SR x naught. That is, y is the member of the set SR x naught or the open sphere SR x naught. Hence y belongs to SR1 y naught. Now this implies that y belongs to SR x naught. Therefore we get here the open sphere SR1 y naught. This is properly containing the open sphere SR x naught. So this proves that here the open sphere SR x naught is a neighborhood of y naught. This proves that the open sphere SR x naught is a neighborhood of the point y naught. But y naught belongs to SR x naught. Now y naught belongs to open sphere SR x naught is arbitrary. Therefore open sphere SR x naught is a neighborhood of each of its points. Hence the open sphere SR x naught is an open set. So here students, we have proved that the open sphere is also an open set. But remember, converse of this theorem is not true. Okay, that is, converse of this theorem is not true. It means that now we know that in the usual metric space Ru, now this set open interval minus infinity to plus infinity, now that is R, is an open set. But this is not an open sphere. So remember, now the converse of this theorem is not true. Now the next theorem is that if G is an open sphere, then it can be written as union of open spheres. The next theorem is that if G is an open set, then it can be written as union of open spheres. So now we are going to see statement of that theorem, and after that we are going to see proof of that theorem. Now statement of the theorem is let x comma d be a metric space and G be subset of X, then G is an open set if and only if it is the union of open spheres. Now we are going to prove this theorem in two parts. In first part we are going to use that if G is an open set, then G can be written as union of open pair, and in the second part we are going to use the statement if G is the union of open pairs, then G is an open set. So for the first part we take this, let G be an open set. Now since G is an open set, it means that here we have each point of G is the center of some open pair. Then each point of G is the center of some open pair which is contained in G. Clearly, union of all such open pairs is precisely the set capital G. So that's why G can be written as now union of open pairs. Now for the converse part, now if G is the union of open pairs, then we want to show that here G is an open set here. Conversely, let G be the union of open pairs. Let script C be the collection of these open pairs. You can say collection or family open pairs. Let X belongs to G be arbitrary. Now students, G is the union of open pairs here. It means that now X belongs to G, then G in this case X must be contained in some open pair, say S or X naught. So here we write here, then X belongs to some open pair say S or X naught belongs to script C. Now we know that this is the open pair, S or X naught is the open pair, and just we have seen that every open pair is an open set. So here this is also open set. Since every open pair is an open set, so S or X naught is also an open set. Now S or X naught is the open set here, and X is the center of some open pair here. Now X is the center of an open pair SR1X such that here SR1X, that is the open sphere SR1X, is contained in the open sphere SRX naught. But we know that here G is the union of open spheres. So we have open sphere SRX naught is properly contained in G. So therefore we write here, now here open sphere SR1X is contained in the open sphere SRX naught, and the open sphere SRX naught is contained in G. So we write here that open sphere SR1X is contained in G. So this proves that here that the set capital G is a neighborhood of the point X, but X belongs to G is arbitrary. Now it means that this is the arbitrary element of set G. So therefore we write here G is the set capital G is the neighborhood of each of its points, that is G is an open set. So we write here, therefore G is a neighborhood of each of its points. Hence the set G is an open set. So this is the proof of this theorem. Now after that, students, we are going to see now next theorem. Now next theorem talks about union of open spheres and intersection of open spheres. Students, remember, arbitrary union of open sphere is always open, but finite intersection of open students, now we are going to talk about arbitrary union of open sets and finite intersection of open sets. Remember, arbitrary union of open sets is open, but finite intersection of open sets is always open here. So first we are going to see theorem on arbitrary union of open sets is open. Now the statement of that theorem is let X comma D be a metric space, that is the ordered pair X comma D is a metric space here. Then now first statement is that arbitrary union of open sets in X is open, and second, finite intersection of open sets in X is open. So students, first we are going to see the proof of this part, that is arbitrary union of open sets in X is always open. Now for that we consider a family of open sets. So let G alpha, where alpha belongs to index set, be a family of open sets, be a family of open sets in X, and say G is equal to union of G alpha, where alpha belongs to index set. Now we want to show that here the set capital G, which is the arbitrary union of open sets here, is open here. So for that we take a point X of that set G. Okay, now X belongs to G, so this implies that X belongs to G alpha for some alpha. because G is the union of G is the union of open sets G alpha. Okay, for some alpha belongs to index set, and each G alpha is an open set. Now X belongs to G alpha here, and G alpha is open. So this implies that X belongs to G alpha and G alpha is open for each alpha belongs to index set. Then there exists an R greater than 0 such that the open sphere SRX is containing G alpha for alpha belongs to index set. But G alpha is contained in union of G alpha, where this union is taken over index alpha. So using this now here the open sphere SRX is containing G alpha for some alpha belongs to index set, and G alpha, this set is containing union of G alpha, that is G. So this implies that the open sphere SRX is containing now union of G alpha, where this union is taken over alpha. Now union of G alpha is G. So this proves that the set capital G is the neighborhood of the open sphere SRX. This proves that G is a neighborhood of X, but X belongs to G is arbitrary. So therefore the set capital G is a neighborhood of each of its points. Then by definition of open set, we have here G is an open set. Now second part, okay, that is now we want to show that here finite intersection of open sets is open. So statement is that now we want to show that here finite intersection of open sets in X is open. Now to prove that, we consider a finite family of open sets, and we are going to use that to prove that finite intersection of open sets is open. So we consider this proof. Let Gi, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, and be the finite family of open sets in X. Now we want to show that here now finite intersection of these sets, that is Gi's, is open. Now we want to show that say H is equal to, which is the intersection of Gi, I takes values from 1 to n, is open. Now we want to show that now this set H is open. For that, we take a point of x, H, that is, let x belongs to H. Now H is the intersection of open sets Gi, where I takes values from 1 to n, be arbitrary. Now X is the member of H and H is the intersection of Gi. So this implies that X belongs to Gi for each I. For each I. That is, I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. That is, X is the member of set Gi for each I, where I is equal to, we have 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. That is, the element X is present in each open set Gi here. So this implies that now there exists an Ri greater than 0 such that the open sphere SRIX is contained in Gi for I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So we write this because we know that here each Gi, that is each set, is an open set. So since each Gi is open, so we write this. Now here taking R is equal to minimum of R1, R2 and so on Rn. And then we get here the open sphere SRX is contained in SRIX for I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. Okay, and this open sphere SRIX is contained in Gi. Now here I am writing this, the open sphere SRX is contained in SRIX and this open sphere is contained in now Gi. Now this implies that the open sphere SRX is contained in each Gi. So for each I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So this implies that here, the open sphere SRX is contained in now intersection of Gi, where I takes values from 1 to n. So this proves that here intersection of Gi, where I takes values from 1 to n, is an open set. So students, remember that finite intersection of open set is open, but remember that arbitrary intersection of open sets need not be open. For that, we take this example. Now the example is in the usual metric space Ru. Now consider the family of open sets here. Now this family, open interval minus 1 upon n to plus 1 upon n, where n belongs to now n, that is set of natural numbers of open sets. Now we know that in R, open intervals are open sets here. So we have here open interval minus 1 upon n to plus 1 upon n. Now that is open. Now remember that here. Now if you take arbitrary intersection, that is intersection of these open intervals, okay, over n, where n takes values from 1 to infinity. Now this is always singleton 0, and in R singleton 0 is not open set. So remember, arbitrary intersection of open sets need not be open here. So thank you.